that just tells you everything that we've been telling you. This is just confirmation. And what's hilarious is this is confirmation from the people that want to pay the money. Sponsors. Oh man, Angel Reese fans are gonna be pissed.
Angel Reese is making headlines, but not the kind brands dream about. Instead of rolling out the red carpet, sponsors are quietly stepping back. And with her signature Reebok shoe set for a 2026 release, whispers are already spreading that the deal might be on shaky ground.
Here. I thought Angel Reese was a big deal. I thought she was a box office draw. According to her pretend friends in the mainstream media, Angel Reese is a huge star.
Angel Reese's struggles with layups have now reached almost comical territory. In one game, she managed to turn a simple putback into a viral blooper, missing not once, but several times in a row. While commentators scrambled for polite ways to describe the disaster, the clips spread online faster than a celebrity scandal, and all for the wrong reasons.
We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it blocked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me get real serious real quick. Angel, come on, man.
This season, Reese's field goal percentage sits at 44.4%. On paper, that might sound respectable until you realize most of her shots come from right under the basket. For perspective, professional players typically hit layups at rates of 70 to 80%. Yet somehow, Reese has managed to turn basketball's most basic shot into a coin toss, spawning what analysts now call the Angel Reese effect, where easy shots suddenly become impossible.
This was an epic embarrassment, bro. Remember, this is a pro basketball player. Won a national championship. Their calling card, they'd like to hang over, is she beat Caitlin Clark. Remember that. Watch this. Are you serious, guys? Look at this.
In what she clearly thought was a stroke of marketing genius, Angel Reese planned to unveil her Reebok shoe during the All-Star game. The stage was set in Indianapolis. Caitlin Clark would be there as co-captain, pulling in massive viewership, and Angel would seize the spotlight with her debut. It was meant to be the perfect moment to ride what everyone calls the Caitlin Clark effect.
Angel Reese 100% has benefited from attaching herself to Caitlin Clark at every single turn. She used Caitlin Clark as promo. Now with Reebok, she's using. This is nonstop. She has attached herself to Caitlin Clark at every single turn, and she has benefited.
Instead, it became a masterclass in bad timing, the kind that makes Murphy's Law look tame. Just days before the festivities on July 15th, Caitlin Clark suffered a right groin injury. She was forced out of the three-point contest and the main event entirely. The very showcase Reese had been counting on to give her shoe maximum visibility, gone.
Shaq and Allen Iverson are going to go and do what they can to promote their player. Like, even still here, like, you had the Angel Reese saying that she was, taking over Indiana, and there's about 15 fans there. And more than wearing Caitlin Clark merch than her merch. She pulls up with about 15 fans, and I'm like, take over, Angel, take over. This is her city now. And I'm like, and she's never won a game in Indiana.
The irony here is thick enough to cut with a knife. Angel Reese, who spent so much energy trying to position herself as Clark's equal or even her superior, suddenly found herself needing Clark's star power to make her own moment matter. Without Clark, the All-Star game lost its biggest draw. And with that went Angel's meticulously planned marketing push. The viewership numbers told the story. Engagement plummeted, and her big shoe debut landed in front of a much smaller audience than she'd been banking on.
Take over your trap. I mean, who's she talking about right there? Because Clark takes over every single trap she goes to. In fact, they got a gotta expand the trap so she can take over more real estate. Every single place she goes to. I mean, there is zero argument to possibly be made that she isn't the biggest attraction, the one that brings the most attention, whatever. It's not even worth talking about.
The basketball gods, it seems, have a wicked sense of humor. Here was Angel Reese, proudly talking up her own star power, only to realize she'd been relying on her rival all along to validate her brand. The All-Star game she'd imagined as her coronation became a cold reminder of just how much the WNBA success and her own marketing opportunities depend on Caitlin Clark. Now, Angel's fuming. Sources say she's even directing her frustration at Clark for having the audacity to get injured at the worst possible time. And it couldn't have come at a worse moment. She'd been working with Reebok's marketing team for months, crafting the perfect rollout for the league's biggest stage.
Sponsors assured him Clark, coming to his organization, would rake in cash hand over fist. But, quote, they didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese. She's not the draw, folks. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Quote, I don't know if we can make that same offer. Cube initially sent the offer Clark's way when she was an Iowa Hawkeye.
But the bad luck didn't stop there. Angel's own body decided to join the rebellion against her plans. A back injury has kept her sidelined for multiple games, missing 4 of the Sky's last 5. It's being called day to day, but without a clear return date, she's been stuck watching from the bench while her team continues a spectacular downward spiral. The Chicago Sky are currently sitting on a miserable 8-21 record, riding an 8-game losing streak that began right as Angel went down. They've been finding creative ways to lose while their star player nurses both her back and her pride. For Reebok, the optics are brutal. Imagine being a brand executive watching your signature athlete miss easy layups in your shoes, while commentators around the league openly laugh. The company that once dominated basketball is now tied to a player who's become a walking symbol of missed opportunities.
Boy, to get popped by 40 at home. Now I'm seeing the Sky fans. It's some Sky fans going to Angel Reese. Sky fans is going to Angel Reese. And I didn't even think about this. Okay, so Angel Reese, you sat out the game before the All-Star game. Then you played in the All-Star game. Then you played one game and said, okay, your back is hurting. Now you're not playing. I don't know. Look, the Sky fans is bringing it up, not me. They bringing it up. Look. Don't get mad at me.
Reebok's basketball division, under Shaquille O'Neal's leadership, made Angel Reese their marquee signing, positioning her as the face of their big comeback. They poured money into the Reebok by Angel collection, building a signature shoe line around her personality and playing style. But personality and style can't hide fundamental basketball flaws, and that's exactly what the world has been seeing. The shoe's diamond dust colorway was meant to embody grit and glamour, the perfect balance of athlete and cultural icon. Instead, it's become a symbol of miscalculation and bad timing. Industry insiders are now wondering if Reebok is getting buyer's remorse. When your signature athlete is attracting more attention for missed shots than made ones, and her team is serving nightly lessons on how not to play, that return on investment starts looking shaky. The contrast with Caitlin Clark only makes it sting more. While Reese has been sidelined or struggling, Clark has been breaking records and driving women's basketball viewership and revenue to unprecedented heights.
Great ideas, wants to bring in talent to grow Reebok and have people wear it again because no one does. So one of his genius decisions was this. Fucking signing her, Angel Reese. If you don't know who she is, she's the queen of fish out of water going after a rebound that she shot herself and can't get in the net ever. She reminds me of a 3-year-old shooting on those little kids' nets and throwing the ball.
The damage here goes far beyond one shoe
missing
deal.
the mark.
Angel's entire brand was built on the promise of being basketball's next big star, someone who could command attention and sell products purely on charisma. But charisma without consistent performance, that's just noise, and noise doesn't sell shoes or fill arenas. Her injuries came at the worst possible time, As the WNBA was enjoying a historic surge in attention, Angel found herself in street clothes, watching from the sidelines. Her absence during the Sky's collapse has only highlighted both her importance and her limitations. The All-Star Game was supposed to be her proof, the moment she proved she could match Clark's marketability. Instead, she was left holding a flawless marketing plan with no stage to perform it on.
The Fever have whooped the Sky basically every time they've played them. And did everybody forget about Barbie Night last year, where Clark and the Fever went in there and she was signing pink towels and stuff? And
the psychological hit of watching her plans fall apart has clearly taken its toll. Sources say her frustration has been simmering since the All-Star fiasco, and her injury only deepened the sting. She's reportedly told people she believes Clark's injury ruined everything, as if fate itself was conspiring to keep her from her moment. But the most revealing detail? She was counting on Caitlin Clark's presence to make her own star shine brighter. For all her public talk of being equals, Angel knew Clark's spotlight was essential to her own visibility. Reebok executives now face some uncomfortable questions. How do you invest in an athlete whose most reliable skill seems to be missing open shots? How do you build a brand around someone whose team can't consistently win? The sneaker business is built on aspiration. Fans buy shoes because they want to play like their heroes. But what happens when your hero is better known for blooper reels than highlight reels?
There's a dude on the internet who cracks me up. On TikTok, he's put together a load of Angel Reese clips, and it'll say Angel Reese part 36. And it goes, Angel Reese going up for another layup. She misses, bang! And I mean, dude, it's the funniest. And my whole thing is this, dude. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe. Yeah, I mean, come on,
Angel
man.
Saga has become a cautionary tale. Personality must be backed by performance. In today's sports world, social media clout and cultural influence matter more than ever, but none of it replaces the need to be great at your game. All the podcasts, fashion spreads, and clever marketing in the world can't erase the sight of you missing layups on national TV. And while Angel leads in certain stats, the Sky's record shows that individual numbers don't always translate to wins. That's a branding nightmare for a company trying to sell her as a proven winner and leader.
So bad that when Caitlin Clark and her were supposed to face off against each other the other week, the ticket sales went down from $100 to like $5 because Caitlin Clark got injured. She had a quad injury, so she wasn't playing. So guess what? No one wanted to go watch. And if you don't know Caitlin Clark, she's pretty much the GOAT of the WNBA and is the reason why people are watching. No one watches you, Angel Reese. No one watches you. The only thing that I enjoy watching is all the clips on TikTok of you just countlessly just missing every shot that you take.
The wider impact on women's basketball can't be ignored. The sport has been gaining momentum, powered by elite talent and compelling personalities. But when a marquee player struggles this publicly, it risks feeding the very stereotypes the game has been fighting to bury. For Reebok, the road ahead is unclear. Do they double down and bet on a comeback, or start quietly distancing themselves from a partnership that's turning into more liability than asset? The 2026 shoe launch now carries a much heavier burden. It's not just a sales event, it's a referendum on Angel Reese herself. Can she take all this frustration, turn it into fuel, and finally prove she's worthy of carrying a signature line? Or will she stay stuck in this loop of missed shots and missed opportunities?
You know, in the past, when I said things like Angel Reese is not a good basketball player, I think I spoke too soon. At this point, I've come to realize that Angel Reese, the self-appointed most important player in the WNBA, is not a bad player. She may be the worst player, at least whose name we add.
The real irony? Angel Reese had everything she said she wanted. A major endorsement deal, a signature shoe, and a national stage. But the one ingredient she couldn't control was Caitlin Clark's health. It's a hard reminder that in sports, as in life, even the best laid plans can crumble thanks to forces far beyond your control. And as Angel sits on the sidelines, nursing her back injury and watching her perfect marketing moment turn into a cautionary tale, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. You can't build lasting success on someone else's star power. Real stars create their own moments. They don't rely on rivals to make them matter.